You and I, you know what we should do? We should go to one of these fucking isogenics little get together things in Dallas and raise our hands and like watch what these people do. It's
just like undercover cop it, like just to put one
have
of
you
those little
seen videos
cameras
of
like
like
on our shirt, on our buttons or whatever.
every time I've gone to a corporate function, like even with Mills or when I was at Starkey, like you always have those handful of people who like they're hardcore brand,
Like
hardcore, and it's
all
cool.
drinking
Like,
the Kool-Aid,
yeah,
like big time.
I get it,
Yeah.
but like there's not just a handful of people at these things; it's a whole fucking arena of people with their hands up, screaming and cheering, and like it is unbelievable.
It's like a Tony Robbins thing.
It's exactly like Tony Robbins thing, and like my God, and I'm not going to comment. I don't even know enough about Tony Robbins. I've heard like good things and bad things. So
I don't think he's my kind of guy. I've watched a couple of like his things. I've never read his. I'm not a Tony Robbins guy, but it's like I think he's helped a lot of people, so I appreciate what he does for people. But it's not my cup of tea that I like. But.
When you do the Josh Shaw Expo of 2030, when you have all your brands there, I'll come, but I'm not raising my fucking hands and singing Kumbaya.
I'm gonna
like
it's
a church function.
I'm gonna have one of the see me in 10 years. I'm gonna be doing those like Grant Cardone like 10x like renting out the Seattle Mariners baseball field and just going nuts like
shoot for the stars. See, that's the thing. You have to keep selling that dream, Josh. You sell that dream on everybody else, and they are going to believe you, and they'll chase that dream with you, brother, until that dream doesn't come. Or you can be like the former Herbalife ref, who I think he killed himself because he like just it was like back in 2000.
What?
Yeah, dude.
This is crazy. I don't follow Herbalife as much as I need to. It's like I look at the financials just because I like to see just how they're doing. And then I was really into it when all that stuff was going down with who was the fund manager that was going after. They made a movie around it.
Netflix documentary.
Yeah, he hasn't done very good with his investments since then. I can't remember what his name is.
I know exactly who you're talking about, like the Wall Street, like the big Wall Street guy.
Yeah, I started getting around. I think anybody that's been in the industry, that it's not the same as supplement companies in sense of like what they're trying to preach. I do kind of hold back on like talking as much shit as I could about MLM companies because I feel like with the statement you made earlier with just the idea of like if you replace a whole meal with the shake. Now, if we're talking to Sally in Iowa that's eating McDonald's,
sure,
yeah. Great. If we're talking about me or you, it's wrong. So it's like I'm sure they're applying it in the situation of like, okay, Sally from Iowa is eating McDonald's all the time, and this is a better option for them. But it's just like they don't really realize the differences. They're just doing a sales script. They're trying to like win the sale by the same way of doing it, where they're going to pitch you the same way as they pitch Sally from Iowa, and that's wrong. That just doesn't seem like it's going to work out.
How would you like to make an extra $10,000 a month, Josh? Would that interest you?
I like it.
I got an idea. Why don't you come to this thing with me? All you got to do is sign up for the silver level, which is going to cost you $7,500. We're going to send you a garage full of product that we expect you to sell in a month, or it expires.
Yeah, I like it. I like this idea. I like the $10,000 idea first. I don't know about the selling part, but
yeah,
we can figure out a way for me just to make the 10,000 without selling. I'm good.
Dude, someday you and I are going to do something together too. Like whether it be consulting, whether we actually because like you did the Supply Side West, like you actually spoke at that, right? You're up there with Dan from Ghost. Like those are things like I can see you and I doing at some point. Like we have this very like it's cool because we have very similar like there's three things about us that are in common. We both have MBAs, so we're competent, I would say. We're both good looking men, obviously. Ooh. And we both love to wear our hat backwards.
It
only makes sense that at some point like we actually get together and do something. So we need to make this happen like stat.
I know. And the odd thing about all this is that we've been talking about this for so long, and we've been, we talk constantly, and it's like all these conversations, they just if people would be able to listen to some of these conversations, they'd probably get a lot of value or entertainment out of it. Either way, it'd be a win.
We should just strap a mic to our chest at all times whenever we have a conversation, record the shit of it, and then just let it roll.
So funny about that. There's this like kind of WeWork type of a company here in Austin called Capital Factory. And the guy that started it, he has a camera that runs on his like right here, just all day long. It just films. Like, I don't know what he does with it though. I think he just kind of like, it rewinds like conversations he's had. Cause I've tried to look to see if it's on YouTube or a pot, like something, but it's not. It's just, I think it's just one of his things where he has so much going on in a day to day where he sometimes needs to replay something to see what like so-and-so said about it. So I don't know. Maybe that's a new thing. Like I always said that it's going to be there's going to be a drone that follows you around and tapes you as like your own reality show. Like everybody's going to be doing that.
I hope not. I would get into a lot of trouble. I would get into a lot of trouble. But it's like if you watch like NFL films or any like sporting event, whenever they strap a mic on a guy or like at the baseball games, right? If he's mic'd up, you get some of the best shit.
Yeah.
Like, so like when you mic people up, you get some of the best shit out there.
I always say, I mean, like, I wish that I had somebody follow me around on a camera because, like, on calls and things like that, some of the stuff that I say, like, I think to myself, like, dang, man, if I just would have captured that, people would think I'm so smart. Like, all my good stuff's going out to the air and it's fizzling out. I don't even nobody even knows that I have all this brains inside of me.
On the side point of that, if they could capture what the other person is saying to you as well, it might be pretty comical.
Yeah. That was going to say that. Then they realized that maybe anything I just said wasn't that smart.
Well, I mean, okay, so like we talk about it, we can do it. It's 2019, dude. It's not like back in high school where we had to use a rotary phone to call each other. Like we literally have technology. We could literally start recording ourselves having these conversations.
I know, but I guess that's it. We put the energy out there. We just need to do it now.
We talk enough. All we got to do is hit the record button.
We're both those kind of people that are not about talking. We're about doing. So we might as well just start doing it, right?
We're doers.
So. What do we do? Podcast?
Yeah, I mean,
I know you already do. You're doing one.
I'm well versed in the podcast world. I've had 2 of them, and then I have one currently, so we could definitely do that.
I've been talking about doing one for a long time. I got a couple episodes filmed, but I never put them out yet. So
why not? No time like the present, my friend.
I know. This is time to do it. This might be the kick in the butt to put the other one out.
I'm totally on board. I'd love to do it. We should do this.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen.
Now we need to like come up with one of those like cool names. So like people, so people will watch us just be not knowing us. They just need to be like, dang, that is a cool podcast.
We get paid to be creative, and now you're asking me to be creative.
I know. That's what I'm saying. This is tough. It's tough to think on our heels here.
If you want to hold on for 10 minutes, I'd go upstairs and take a shot of Jack, maybe 2 or 3, and come down with an idea. All right. So what could be a podcast? I'm trying to think of some podcasts like the Joe Rogan Experience, but we're not Joe Rogan. We're Josh Shaw and Ryan Buckeye, two guys, just 2 random dudes.
2 random dudes from the Midwest.
Oh, that's right. You are an Iowa boy. All right.
Both.
Or Ohio.
Ohio.
Ohio. Yeah, that's right. So we're Midwest nice. We're
Midwest.
2 guys.
Around the same age. I mean, we came into the internet around the same age.
When did you come to the internet? I came in with Web TV when I was like 13.
I was in it with the AOL days, man. I was in the chat rooms, age, sex, location, trying to hit up chicks. You know what I mean?
Speaking of sex. I watched a lot of that back when I was 14. A lot. And I don't even think this is before the days of like your history browser. So like my mom couldn't go in and be like, Ryan, what's this 2 girls 1 cup thing you're watching? Like she couldn't do that.
Is that what you used to? You were like,
I didn't watch it. I had to watch it 1 time or twice.
Wasn't it Wyclef? Didn't Wyclef John like eat a corn on the cob while he was watching it? And never really even like because they had all those like reaction videos. I don't know if you remember.
No,
he would literally like
look at him after this.
He ate a corn on the cob, literally, and didn't react at all to that video.
2 things. What happened to Wyclef Jean? And is 2 girls 1 cup still a thing?
Like, well, where are they now? I mean, no, that would be a podcast.
If we can get those 2 broads on the podcast.
If we could get them, on our podcast, if we could ever get them on our podcast, we are doing something.
The 2 chicks from 2 girls 1 cup with the 2 dudes from the Midwest.
You know what? I think we have to pay homage to them then. We need to do.
If we get them on the first show or just in general?
I think we just see. I mean, if we can get them on the show, that'd be great. I don't really.
I'll contact their agent. I'll watch it after this. After we hang up, I'll Google it and watch it. It's the digital age. We can track them down. I'll pay homage to these broads.
Probably find them on Facebook pretty easy.
What do you search?
I don't know.
Girl from 2 girls 1 cup video.
They gotta have names, right?
Like in their LinkedIn profile, it says actress 2 girls 1 cup.
First viral shock video. I don't know.
It literally was, and I think for the longest time, everyone thought it was like real. Because it was ice cream, right? It had to be ice cream. I still don't know.
I hope. Maybe it was just a really thick protein shake.
Actually, I like thick protein shakes. So maybe I would sign up for this film. All right. So we try to get these girls on the podcast. We pay homage to them.
Yep.
2 guys.
Yeah. I mean, we're 2 guys. and
We
we
are
drink
two
out of a
guys.
lot. We drink out of a lot of shaker cups, so maybe we should be two guys, one shaker cup. I mean, you have your own shaker cup.
I
How
mean, I
cool
do
is
have my
that?
own shaker cup because I'm
Yeah, I
all
mean, I
about
don't have my own
myself,
shaker
obviously.
cup. I don't know. I don't know why nobody's ever offered me a shaker cup.
You mean like your own personal shaker cup or just a shaker
Yeah,
cup in
yeah.
general?
I mean, people want to have a shaker cup with my face on it or something, right?
I'll put a shaker cup. I'll make a shaker cup with your face. I'll make two
Yeah. You
guys,
have-
two
you have the
guys,
connect.
one shaker cup.
Yeah, yeah.
We can make
That's what we
t-shirts.
should call our podcast.
Two guys, one shaker cup, and then we can
How
put
are
your face on it finally. So you can finally have a shaker cup with your face on it.
I could see that being the #1 shaker cup sells at Amazon.
Dude, if we call our podcast Two Guys, One Shaker Cup, we got to figure out a way. Like, I'm not saying this because I don't want to reenact that video. I'm not going to be eating ice cream with you with my clothes off. But like, do you think people still remember that? I'm sure they still do. Like, if you say two girls, one cup, if we said two guys, one shaker cup, it's gonna evoke emotion from somebody in one way or another.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I think it does. I mean, it still does for me. It's making me like have flashbacks.
I
To
cringe
that
a little bit,
period
but I
of
like that.
time. Yeah. So-
All right. How about this? Let's just roll with it. Let's just roll it. Two guys, one shaker cup, because it's literally what we do. We're two dudes. We're two guys. We drink out of shaker cups because we like supplements and fitness, and we cover that shit on a daily basis. We roll with it.
Let's do it.
Let's
do it. Why not?
I'll make the graphic and I'll make it PG. I'll make it PG because I don't have any photos of us eating ice cream in the nude together, but I have photos of ourselves. So I'm gonna put your ass on a graphic with a shaker cup, so you can your lifelong dream is gonna be. I will be honored to make that come true for you, Josh. We'll make this happen.
You know people.
I do know people.